have you. That's, of course, the talking drum, but our guest is Oluwasegun Adekule, known as Labule, Nigerian musician, songwriter, and band leader, creating a distinctive sound known as High-Fro, which is deeply rooted in the Yoruba culture. High-Fro.
Yeah.
Yes, nice. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Your debut, Smarty, and the 10-track album, Labule the Noun. Wow, this is quite interesting. Wow. Let's even first start from, who is Labule?
Thank you very much. Labule is a Nigerian musician based in Nigeria, based in Africa, who believes who believe in the African culture, in the Nigerian culture, who believes, oh, we can do it here in Nigeria now, why go abroad? The meaning of Labule is territory, my roots, my area, Gongon. This is my area. If I go to UK, if I go to US, I don't need to speak like them. I want to represent Africa, I want to represent Nigeria. If you like, tell me I have accents, I don't care. I'm Nigerian.
Nice, I love that.
I actually love that too. If you like, tell me I have accent, I don't
I'm
care.
Nigerian.
I'm Nigerian. So look at your journey. You started drumming at quite a very young age. How did that start? How did that resonate with you? And how did you know, oh, this is what you're going to do long term? Because I mean, from a very young age up until now, you're still drumming the gong.
Yeah. When I was a baby, my mom used to tell me, oh, when you were crying, they can only persuade you not to cry when they play the music of our legendary King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey. Then when they just play, you not cry again. They will not give you maybe chewing-gum or something. So that was how I started drumming. I just find myself in primary school. I was in the school band. You know, then we would do all this national anthem. I was in that, doing that. Then when I got to the secondary school, I continued. I joined the school choir. Then after that, when I got to the university, I wanted to join the church choir, I wanted to join the church choir, but you know, I was in the boarding house, so I joined the school choir. Then I still continued. But when I got to the university, I now took a small break there. If I continue to play drum, I feel no graduate too. Then I concentrate on my studies, finish this, and then go back to music.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I mean, that already answers the question, because from civil engineering to drum music, I mean, the switch was very abrupt. Those are two core areas and fields. I mean, why did you decide that, okay, I can literally build a career from music as opposed to civil engineering?
No, I still do civil engineering.
Oh, you still do?
Yeah, in the morning.
Right.
I'm engineer Segun Adekunle.
Nice.
In the night, I remove and wear my Labule costume.
That's
So I
like
combine it. Yeah.
I love that.
That's pretty interesting. So you created a unique sound called High-Fro. When I saw High-Fro, I'm like, Afro fusion. Now High-Fro. Is it like a high life? How did that, begin with you, and how did that resonate? Actually,
You know, when I was in Unilag, I wasn't doing music. But I was busy studying great musicians like Lagbaja, Fela, Femi Kuti. So I love their sounds. I love Lagbaja so much that when I was in school, they don't even know my name. Lagbaja, you know, Lagbaja. Everywhere Lagbaja. That if you go to my department, if you say you are looking for Segun Adekunle, who is Segun Adekunle? We don't know Segun Adekunle here. Do you mean Lagbaja? You know, because every last Friday of the month, I do go to Motherland to listen to Lagbaja, to watch. People that are very conversant with Lagbaja then, Motherland then, will remember a guy that even when everybody is sitting, he will be the first to come to in front of the stage and dance. That is Labule, that is me. So I love Lagbaja's music, I love Fela's music, I love Femi's music. So, you know, music that you hear every time, you understand the sound, you understand, because there's a difference between listening to Lagbaja and listening to Femi. You can't see they are not in the same genre or something. So I now like combine their sound and add my own unique sound. That makes High-Fro.
Okay, I was going to already ask you, asking my next question. You know, the combination of high life and Afrobeat, especially with the sounds of Yoruba that is added to it. You know, why that sound, especially in the world that is more, especially the music now is very commercial, and would I say commercial? That's the word.
Yeah, music is very commercial, but that doesn't mean we should forget our culture. we should forget our roots. We need to still embrace our roots as the world is advancing. The English, they are not stopping their English to be speaking French. They are still speaking English.
Yes.
So this is what I know how to do best. And I cannot say, okay, because the world is going commercial and music is going commercial, I should now go and be doing what I don't know how to do, or I should forget my own roots and culture. No. People will still embrace what we do. We don't need everybody to embrace it. The little that can embrace and appreciate our music, I'm okay.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. I think that this gong is something that, okay, we feel like men play a lot, but that bell attached to it is what I don't understand.
That
so
shower,
like
you can be hearing
like
all this bell there now.
Yes.
It's a melodious stuff adding
Oh.
to the groove.
So this is, thank God you're already identifying and, you know, explaining it, but then this has like a major signature of your sound, of your music. So why is it that significant?
Why is talking drum?
Yes, this gong, yes. Why is it
It's
significant in your own line of music?
I love talking drum so much. When I was in church, I wasn't in the choir, but there's a guy that plays that talking drum. Like, wow, my voice shouldn't play, but I love this. So, though Lagbaja's music too, I love the way the talking drummers handle. So, a day I was just on site and I saw somebody carrying talking drum. I said, bring it now, because me, I like talking drum. I just played. They said, have you started? When did you start playing? I said, this is my first time of. And they said, wow. Immediately I said, please, can you do for me? Let me teach myself. And since then, I taught myself everything. Nobody taught me anything on talking drum.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about your Adubo project, representing community culture. Is it the newest project?
Yeah.
And what's it about?
Adubo is a place. It's my performance space where people can come watch us live, perform live, enjoy good music, cultural music, eat and drink. Just like the way Lagbaja used to have modern land, so that's just my own cultural, my own performance space where people can come watch us.
Now, talking about your current work, your album Labule. Now, they now introduced many listeners to your sound. Like, many people get to know you through that sound, and you come up with that Labule, like Labule, Ladubo me or something like that. So, what message does this project carry for you?
Which was the Adubo?
This project, yes, this Labule.
Labule or Adubo?
Yes, Labule and Adubo.
We has moved to Labule.
We have moved to Adubo. Labule project is ongoing. It's everywhere. We are working on a lot of songs right now. Like, I'll be in the studio on Tuesday to finish 2 of the tracks, final mixing. And the title of those songs are Olurombi.
Oh,
Olurombi, yeah, that Olurombi. Then there's a song called Biere Biere, like play.
Nice.
So that should be out maybe in June or July.
Nice. I remember that was it poem where it's Olurombi Jeje?
Yeah. But we now added some Ijile something now. But when we release it, this Olurombi is different from the one I used to.
Nice. Okay, your new track, Naija DNA, is also gaining attention. Okay.
Naija DNA was released in, I think, January. Yeah. It was released in December. I did Naija DNA because when I was in the UK and I saw Ghanaians, I saw Cameroonians, I saw all these people. They are always happy doing, like, I don't know how to put it. You see, they'll be happy doing all these menial jobs, washing plates, washing pots. But in Nigeria, we'll come there and say, you will remember, our leaders didn't come. But he will say, he will give himself time limit that, me, I will not do this work more than 2 years or 1 year. I cannot come and be washing plates and be serving Oyibo. But all those people, they are contented being there, you know. So I now said, Nigeria, we have a DNA now. We know they carry last now. Anywhere you see, if you go anywhere in the world, you can never see a Nigerian behind. They are always in front.
Nice.
No matter what we go through, no matter what we go through in Nigeria and everything, we are still on top. So I now said, that is our DNA now. We know they carry last, so now up with the day now. Positive mentality. We're always positive. Anywhere we go, we don't want to be,
down.
So that was why I just said, let me do a song that will appreciate Nigerians, because we can't be saying Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is not bad. Nigeria is good by God's grace.
No, just imagine if we had qualified for the World Cup. This Nigeria DNA would have just worked for
Yeah,
us. But AFCON has just passed. But then we are hoping for the next World Cup.
No, next World Cup will surely go. Yeah,
And then the Nigeria DNA
will surely go by God's grace.
Honestly speaking. So now, if you look at your time that you spent in the UK, you know, you mentioned you saw Ghanaians, different countries, that they're just, you know, carefree, doing their stuff happy, but a Nigerian person would just be like, no, there is more to this. I've given myself this timeline and all of that. How has those experiences, like you shared one with us now, has it shaped your music journey so far?
Those experiences has really shaped my music journey because I don't want to be behind too. What Fela did, what Femi did, what Lagbaja did, me too I want to do. I don't want to just be praising them, because they are legends, to be honest, but I don't want I want people to see me too as, okay, this guy too is striving, he doesn't want to be, he doesn't want to be left behind. And in life, you must take a step. So I took that step, even the step of coming back from UK to Nigeria. Nigeria is not that bad there now, but we came back and said, no, we not go feed, they do all those things. And engineer where they cut potato for kitchen. Let me come back to my country.
Nice. Okay, so what should we expect? We have the Adugbo project, we have Labule, you know, so what's in the works? Is there any new albums coming up after
No,
this?
I just told you about Biere and Olurumbi.
Okay,
and we have a lot. We still have no be your own walls pass.
Okay.
That one still we have.
They're all within the Labule. Is it within the album?
No, it's not within the album.
They're single.
Their DNA is a single.
Okay.
The other ones will be releasing 4 tracks in June or July.
Wow.
That will be like what's that they call that one? We're gonna go do
EP. Oh, okay. So I want to ask, collaborations. Will there be any current artists that you're looking at? I know we have quite a, in terms of genre, because I know people cross carpet with genres. So, or do you just want to focus on like, okay, looking to maybe Seun Kuti, Fela, Femi?
I'm open for collaborations. I love Olamide. I love Burna Boy. I love Wizkid. I love a lot of the hip hop guys too. So we can always collaborate.
Okay.
Yeah.
They collaborate as Egban Adugbo. So looking at your fans, you have your fans who love your sound, who love what you do, your kind of rhythm, the High-Fro kind of style. So what should they expect from you, from Labule himself?
They should expect a lot. They know me on stage now. There's always a difference between Segun Adekule, who is a very shy guy, and that Labule that used to be Olu man on stage. Nice. So they know what to expect. Nice.
I also want to ask, with live bands, live music, what's your impression? Because of course things have changed with the music. There's a lot of platforms now, and of course people are putting more effort into live music.
Yes.
Yeah, big stages.
Live music is
big stages.
Live music is the best because right now even the hip hop guys are embracing live music. Back in the days when you just go on say, DJ give me this one, this two. Now when I saw Olamide playing the sax, I was like,
was he really playing the sax?
He tried. He tried. He tried. Yorùbá say ẹni gbòdo ugba mark.
So try.
Èèyàn ni ò ṣe. And he still carry, they still play something. People that have not do anything. So let's encourage them. Tenny too have started playing sax.
She performed. Penny performed actually playing that, but she actually knew how to do the sax before. It's just that we know her as a music artist.
Are you sure she knows how to do the sax?
See me, she plays the piano.
So has working on it.
They are going, even Burna Boy very soon, you see him carry talking drum. Very soon.
Yes, definitely.
You see them now.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
So they are very live music. Live music is the best. You can't go for a concert, big concert, or you be telling people, okay, give me this one. If you don't crash. It's not the best. It's not. I like music is just the best.
Do you also think that same with the talking drum, we're listening because we don't have so many would I say true artists like you who use the talking drum. We had what's her name on the show, Ara.
Yeah,
who was on the show?
Ara,
not Ara. I said that might be me. I always confuse.
Ara.
Is it Ara?
It's Ara.
Ara. So,
yes.
okay.
So for me, I had the gong. There was no bells, but I had the gong. I was playing. She was playing the drum.
So that art of talking drum, not so many artists are embracing it. But where do you see it going to, and what are you doing to sort of ensure that we have new artists who look up to you, who still want to be able to learn the instrument and also do good music? What I say, Afro, High-Fro type of music. Yes.
No, if you want to do High-Fro type of music, number one, you have to go to school. It's for the it's for people. It's for the learned. How we like it. Yeah, it's for the intellectual. It's not for just go. No. You have to first go to school, at least have one small degree. Then because it will shaping you now. You can't go to, if you don't go to school, they will know that this one did not go to school. So you need education first before you can do High-Fro. Then follow the rules, learn your instruments, balance your life with music and everything you need to do, and you'll be there. Have a mentor. In life, you need a mentor. Somebody must mentor you. You know, you can't just come from one bush or something and say you want to play talking drum. And you'll be looking at somebody, I like the way this one is playing, this one can. So like this, this.
I like your simplicity too, or your approach to things. Like, it's just so simplified. You just break it down. So the first thing to take note of is go to school.
That's what he said, go to school.
Okay, so I'd like to know if someone is listening to Labule for the first time as a fan, or someone listening to you for the first time, what feeling do you want them to have to be like, oh, I want them to remember Labule for this, listening to your sound?
I want people to remember, anytime they see me, I want people to remember, I want them to be inspired, not by just the music, but even by the words. When you say, take a step, a lot of people don't really know what that means. And I will really explain let me just explain something like, okay, you want to take a step. It doesn't come easy. It's not something that, okay, you take a step and the next day you'll be a millionaire. You have to go through challenges before you can now get to where you are going. But if you refuse to take a step, God too will be looking at you now. You remain stagnant where you are. If you are collecting a salary of 50,000 5 years ago, and a lot of people have taken steps, now they are collecting maybe 500,000. And you are saying, if I leave, what will my children eat? What will my wife eat? And you stay there. You will still be there now.
Right. Yes,
so in life, you must take a step. I want people to remember me for my quotes because I talk a lot, I gist a lot, I play a lot on stage and everything. Don't just listen to the music, but listen to the inspiration, listen to everything.
So tours, upcoming tours, are you planning tours across the
world?
world?
We are looking at Tanzania now. There's a concert going, there will be staged later in this year, or I think next year, but my manager is working on a UK tour and an American tour also. So let's see how it goes. But me, anyone with the brain will go. If Nakuto will go anywhere.
Okay, so where can people catch your Adubo? Where can they to come and listen to you jam live music?
Adubo is in Surulere, Aguda.
Yeah, Aguda. Nice. So they can come, just enjoy,
enjoy
good music.
Yeah.
Like you said, we have the modern and we also have the African shrines.
Yeah.
So this is your own type of one. Nice.
Yeah, so we can actually check, and Adubo will just
Adubo is there. Then you can go on Labule official. Then you say a lot
information about it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. If you had to give one word to your fans right now, those listening to you, and those that are looking at this part, like, this will be lucrative for me. This is what I've seen myself do when I was younger, and I really want to revisit it. Like you said, go to school first, and maybe some have actually done. They are busy doing engineering now, but they still want to do.
Yeah, they can do it now.
So what word do you have for them?
If you want to combine professions, because it's not easy. Sometimes I'll get mad at it. People call me, I don't pick because I'll be on site and they'll be calling me for interview. I will say, like, why? It's not something that is easy, but if you can do it, and I will encourage anybody to do, because if you have a passion and you need to express yourself, you need to do. If you don't do this, if you have a passion and you don't do it, you won't be happy.
Yeah.
No matter how much you make. Whiskey, not that I be whiskey though. But you take a step and be like whiskey. You can still combine two jobs, because music, you need money, and nobody will come and be giving you money. Work as you work, use it to finance the music, and you get to the top.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Like we always say in the rapping music scene, artists like Labule remind us that the future of African music is strongest when it's rooted in culture and community. One of the days from Maya Angelou, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have.
Exactly. So that means the creative space is not empty.
Yeah, I think there's one that was about, I know why the caged birds sang.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, on that note, we say our goodbyes. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can watch the show live. Well, watch the rerun of the show, silverbird.tv.com/live, of course, on YouTube, and follow us on all our social media platforms. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Tomorrow, another day, another guest, another conversation. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye. Bye.